Episode 4 of MobLand starts off where we see Harry meeting with Antoine. Antoine is the guy who met with Bella and Bella's father and kind of recorded that whole conversation. And Harry wants the thumb drive. And he gets the original, but he knows there's a copy, so he asks for the copy. And then as Harry's leaving, Antoine's like, you need money? You want some money? And kind of, Harry's like, no, and like, kind of grabs him by the balls and like kind of says like, I'm not here for bribes or anything. Leaves, and then goes to the hotel where Bella's staying, like saying, here, I gave you these two, I'm done. And then Bella's like, well, you work for the Harrigans, so you means you work for me. And as Harry is leaving, he runs into Kevin. Kevin goes into the apartment and where Bella is, and they kind of have a talk, and you can see like, Kevin is on edge. But then all the while, a lot of things are happening now, because now we know that Archie's body has been found. But who tipped off where the body is? You see Conrad trying to figure everything out, and then Maeve. Helen Mirren is great, but as a character, as Maeve, she's so crazy, spiteful, and annoying. She's just telling Conrad things, and it's like getting in his head. It's like, all right, only Conrad and Harry knew about where to put Archie. And he constantly keeps telling Maeve, it's not Harry, it's not Harry, it's not Harry. Well, kind of in a way, Maeve kind of puts an idea in Conrad's head. Conrad then goes to see Jane, Harry's wife. And between that time and everything that's happening and going on, we see Harry tell Jane about what he's been doing for the past few days to a week. And Jane's like, I really don't want to know. I don't like kittens. I don't like the water. And I don't care what you do as a job. Then a therapy scene happens where, Jen is there and she's talking to the therapist, but Harry's not there. And then she kind of like starts spilling everything. And then as Jan leaves and then she meets up with a friend, later on we find out that the friend she met up with is actually an undercover cop, who then her and Jan share a glass of white wine at Jan's apartment, where we see Conrad show up. The undercover cop leaves. We find out that she didn't expect Conrad to be there. It's like an undercover sting and everything that's going on. And then Conrad kind of threatens Jan in a way by putting his hand on her leg and saying, like, whatever you talk with Harry, it can't go on, it can't happen like this. It has to stop. In a way, Jan says, okay, I won't tell Harry. Harry comes home, understands that Jan is having problems and trouble because he can sense that. And he finds out that Conrad was there. So it's like, oh, okay, that's happening and everything. And then the whole aspect of Harry getting that phone call from Richie, and it's like, okay, it's like, wait a minute, meet me at this place at midnight, okay. But then all the while where we saw Harry waiting for the call and everything, he mentioned to Kevin, do you remember this guy where we were one time? And it's the old man that we saw at the old folks home, where all of a sudden Harry had this flashback, and it's the guy with the mustache. And we find out that Kevin was raped by this, I guess, prison guard or whoever it is, and it kind of brings back some memories to Kevin, and it's like a really crazy thing. It's like, oh, okay. Then we see Harry go to meet Richie. We see that the guy that was patsied for everything is still alive, and Harry goes in, breaks off a piece of a broomstick, and just shivs him like crazy on the right side. And he comes out, looks at Richie, he's like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, I'll clean this up for you. Can I do anything else for you? He's like, one more thing. I guess Harry got rid of the body and everything. Harry calls Kevin. Kevin's like, thank God, thank you. You got everything done, Harry, yeah. And Harry's like, yeah, there's one more thing that Richie kind of wants. And Kevin's like, what is that? He's like, he wants all the Harrigans to come to his son Tommy's funeral. And it's like, whoa, okay. So it's like, we didn't expect that at all. And all the while you see Maeve kind of grooming her grandson to take over everything, when we really think, and we don't know who actually is giving information to the cops or the police and whatever. Like, they're undercover, they're figuring out, is it Harry? Is it Maeve? Is it Jan? Is it someone else? What is the whole deal and what's happening? And basically that's the end of the episode, and I'm pretty sure the next episode will be the funeral. Great episode. Not much happened. Very well tense story. The editing is what made it work and made it more focus centered, because as Jen is at therapy, you see Harry and Kevin talking, and then it switches to Conrad, going to see Jan, but then Jan is with that undercover cop, what she doesn't know is an undercover cop, and it's like, whoa, back and forth. The editing kept it there. Tom Hardy as Harry is so good, so well done. It's just that you can't help but laugh at the mannerisms that he does in this series. It's so good. Very, very good to see Pierce Brosnan's character of Conrad focused on more in this. Definitely want to see more as it goes on. But it's going to be interesting to see how this kind of story plays out, because Maeve knows what she's doing, and she's starting every war. It's just that when is someone going to realize that she's the one behind it all and starting this whole craziness between the Stevensons and the Harrigans, just because that she wants to do certain things. And while how she said it to her grandson, while the Stevensons are getting rich and fat, we're just here not really doing anything. And she's basically talking about Conrad. So it's really interesting. Also, we find out a little secret that Kevin tells Harry, where we find out that Conrad actually slept with Bella, Kevin's now wife. The whole story he went into is really interesting, and it's like, whoa, okay, so you thought craziness wasn't going to be a factor, but it is. Like I said, well done episode. The intensity was really good. It kept you guessing and going, and it's like, what tensions will happen now? Just have to wait and see to find out. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about episode 4 of MobLand, titled Rat Trap. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? What did you think about the episode, the characters, the pacing? Do you like how everything was done? And what do you think is going to happen in the rest of this season? Let me know in the comment section about all the questions I just asked. I'm Mr. Film Stock. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you all in the next review video. And be sure you tune in next week to my episode 5 review of MobLand.